Okay, hello guys. Maayong adlaw itong tanan. Okay, so what we're going to talk about this time will be the different research priority areas. So, uh, we could basically conduct any research now under the sun, pero the problem is if we do not try to direct it into something ba, uh, at the end of the day, it's just a useless effort. We'll be spending so much money for something dili na siya that important, di ba? So, it's really important to prioritize things kaya ang mahitabo, kumbaga, mararago na siya og naatay daghan kag anak, maura imo ang income, you will be spending less for each child. So, if you'll be conducting research on different topics, maski topics nga dili ing anak ka importante, musamot og further ma-thin na to ang batter. Another example would be atong nahitabo sa sitio karon. For example, like we are organizing extension campuses halos kada municipality na, to be honest. Para sa kuha, I don't like it's not good because we are further spreading the butter. So mahurot atong kwarta to set up new campuses nga at the end of the day pwede naman unta ang mga estudyante can travel from one municipality to the nearest municipality nga naay campus. So just like research, we have to find the different priority areas or katubang areas nga kumbaga felt by the government or studied by other nga mga kana siyang managers sa top management sa government. They think there are areas nga kinahanglan og further investigation. So in our previous topic, we already have talked about unsang research. This time, before we start formulating our research problems or our research topics, tan-awon sa nato og unsa ang mga different priority areas sa government. So, what you're seeing right now is ang Harmonized National Research and Development Agenda from 2017 to 2022. This is from DOST. So, harmonized na siya. Before, ang CHED actually naapoy ilaha. So karon naapod ang DA. So I'll be showing this to you. Kumbaga pahapyaw lang. We also have our own, so university research ang sa sitio niya, Research and Development Manual of Operations and Policies, naapod din niya ang different topics. And then I will be posting the as part of the description ng mga links ani, no, because you can also find the research manual online. Pero this is an old one, so the newer one that I got is probably I got from an email internal, so wala mo i-copy pa adto, but you can find sa 2006 version, makita raman po dito noon sa DA bar. So this is from DA bar. This is a memorandum sa pag 2021-05, so May I think. Research for Development calendar year 2022 call for proposals and priority trusts. I haven't read this one, so magdungan ta og basa ini later. Di apoy research and development and extension agenda and program sa agriculture gihapon ni siya, agriculture and fisheries from bar po ni siya. So pahapyaw na to ning tan-awon pod, but first I think it would be kumbaga logical to start with sa DOST's National Harmonized Research Agenda. Okay, arita sugod ha. We'll start with the contents. So I think pretty much the whole thing talks about everything. Pero actually, when we go into the details, you will see na dunay mga specific topics nga highly prioritized nila. So for example, in here, we have different sections, no? Naginganlan kini siyang Nibra. Okay, mo ni section 1, 2, 5. Then napay mga roadmaps o unsay paingnan nato pa ding tan-awon later ang roadmaps. I would expect nga this will be changed kay this agenda is for 2017 to 2022 man. So we have a new president this time. I think they will be coming up with a new research agenda na kumbaga mo na mahimo na tong template or sumbanan o asa to ang direction. Pero anesay lang ta atong problema sa Pilipinas sa una pantod karon maorom gud gyapon, di ba? So okay. Sections 1 to 5. First, sa Section 1 is ang National Integrated Basic Research Agenda. So I think I already have discussed this one. Unsa ni siyang basic research, unsa tong applied research in our previous topic, no? So kini gitapok tanan din hi on Section 1. Then sa Section 2 ang health. Then Section 3, okay, that's better, no? Section 1 again is ang National Integrated Basic Research Agenda. Second section is for health. The third is for agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources. Sunod, ang 4, industry, energy, and emerging technology. And then 5, disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation, DRR, and CCA. Okay. I'm not sure if you're already familiar with DOST's organization. Ang DOST have different councils. So interestingly, kining NIBRA is kumbaga didto ni gipasa ang National Integrated Basic Research Agenda is passed to the NRCP or ang National Research Council of the Philippines. So it's actually an organization. I am also a member of the National Research Council. Naa din ha mo na gipangisgutan nila basic researches katong mga topics nga dili jud siya ingon nga urgent kayo pero katubang just for the heck of it, just for the heck of knowing. Ang health pod ang sa PCAARRD or Philippine Council for Health Research and Development. So under DOST again ha, DOST is the Department of Science and Technology. It has different councils under it. So ang councils, doon na sila yung mga specific functions. They handle different topics for research. So, ang Section 1 sa National Integrated Basic Research Agenda is handled by NRCP or ang National Research Council of the Philippines. Let me try to look that up para makita ninyo, no? NRCP, para na may idea. Para website lang. National Research sa NRCP dili kayo ni makita ninyo dire but okay, so na office National Research Council of the Philippines. These are the different councils under sa DOST. And next is ang health. So PCAARRD po ni siya. PCAARRD, let's look at that up. Philippine Council for Health Research and Development. So this is another council under DOST, pero ang ilahang research thrust is on health studies. May gali, inay kayo. So, okay, na lang, dito na lang ta. And then, Section 3, particularly mo ni atong area, agriculture man ta, BS Agriculture students. So, ang forestry and agriculture falls under agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources nga area. So this is administered by PCAARRD or the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development. So lain na po nga council. So tulo na to ka council ito na iskutan. Kini pod ang Section 4, Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technology, si PCAARRD po din Philippine Council on Industry, Energy, and Emerging Research and Development nga council po ni siya. Kining DRR, I'm not very sure. Walay council on disaster risk. Basically, ang DRR and climate change adaptation is integrated into kini sa PCAARRD ng mga researches o dito po sa National Basic Research nga agenda. But nakabaligot po siya, of course, dito. So, mga a little bit of everything. So, table of contents pataha. So, under NIBRA, we have the tubig program na saklaw atin. So actually, it doesn't mean nga ang agriculture does not fall under basic research agenda. It could, okay? It's talking about tubig ay buhayin natin natin, tubig, sapat program, pagkain, still na. Pero to be more specific, the topics under the National Integrated Basic Research Agenda are basic researches, dili siya applied researches. And then, we will just skip sa kuan kining sa health kay adto ta sa AANR, okay, agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources. So unsa man ang mga priority areas na atay mga priority crops, abaca, banana, coconut, coffee. What is it telling us? Unsa man at the end of the day, unsa may ato ani, what's in it for us? Meaning again, we choose topics, we choose researches that are aligned to these priority areas. Why? One, we will not be wasting so much money on different endeavors. Two, posible ta makapangayo og support from the government. So for example, sa atong school, ug doon na tayo researchers and then we propose to DOST or DA for example, posible ta nga tagaan ta nila og funding. So ingana. So in fact, right now na ako gi-submit nga proposal sa DA nagpaabot ako unsay response nila adto. That topic is under high value crops nga kuan, so in relation sa lettuce production nato diri sa school. Okay, so i-run down lang nato ni had kay we'll be spending so much time ani kung ato ning tukion jud og maayo. So okay, so this one as you can see is 94 pages. Ato lang idritso ha. So again, focus on AANR. Kung dili ato ang topic, syempre number one, you have to align this one to your major field of specialization. Of course, alangan og agricultural economics, for example, is your major niya. Human mag-study ka on crop production, medyo simang man. So, atong i-focus dito sa atong field. Good. Okay? So, i-reduce lang ako ang font size so I can go over them faster, no? So, paspasan lang ako. So, this is the ang National Harmonized Research or Harmonized National Research and Development Agenda is actually anchored on ambition natin. Kini siya, this is our vision that's formulated by NEDA. So, you can look this up, ambition natin 2040, or how do we see ourselves by the year 2040. So, all these topics are anchored on that, no? Di na lang nato na kay beyond our kuan mo na siya pinaka-blueprint atong direction for development. So, NIBRA, Basic Research Agenda, akong diskutan din na. So, you can look it up if you want. As I said kaganiha, I will be, when I will be posting this one on YouTube, I will be adding the different links dito sa description so you can follow this link. You can read this one. I could also send you a copy of this later on. So, tubig na. Okay, at tanaw lang sa nato briefly. Okay. Tubig program, water security, watershed studies kuno. Unsa man nga mga topics under watershed studies, we have biological, chemical, and physical characterization, water supply stress index, population growth impacts on water. So ingana na naman idea, no? In the previous years na apod siya. So ila pon gi-break down into different years, like unsa man nga mga topics are supposed to be pursued for the years 2017 up to 2019. Then correspondingly by the year 2020 to 2022. So, kumbaga, the next step builds on the previous step. Maraging ana gani, no? So, dili siya ingon nga palagdas lang na, okay, this is a common issue. Most of the topics that our students kamo previously una ninyo, so since I'm addressing you second year students, ang katong mga nang-graduate nato or ang katong mga fourth year karon, from time to time kami sa faculty room we get to talk about the topics that are being pursued by the students. Unya sila ang mga co-teacher na kung ang mga ladies, ako pod makaingon nga luod na kaya because you are doing the same topics na again ilisan lag commodities. So for example, aman si Ma'am Jassel dira maghisgot og botanical pesticide, for example, using one botanical pesticide kung tahay lang sili on insect 1. Pagkasunod tuig na nagpropose sili lang gihapon pero ilisan lag insect 2 or insect 1 bag ilisan lag dose ana gani. DOST actually already kanang set up the blueprint nga, meaning you have to conduct these studies within these years. Kay the following years we will be pursuing different topics based on what we have kumbaga solved in the previous year. So ingana siya. So like I said kaganiha, puhon we have a new president. This template or this blueprint is for 2017 to 2022. 2022 naman taron anya bago to presidente, expect a new one, pero like I said, it will not be very different from this existing one. Okay? So, pahapyaw lang sa ni and then we go directly on napa sila yung mga sapat program sa ganang pagkain para sa lahat. NIBRA niha, National Research Council of the Philippines, Biological Pollution, Biology and Population Dynamics of pests and diseases, o naisgutan na. Taxonomy, flora and fauna, mga forestry people, di na sila masyat. Environmental scanning of physical marine and terrestrial resources, and so on. So, basic studies na. Proceed ta directly to AANR. So, if you really want to read all this, you could. Kung ganahan mo health, medyo layo na ni sa tuwa. Probably this will be a bit related sa mga vet-med ng mga tao, but vet-med and doctors and nurses, pharmacy people, but not much with agriculture people like us, no? Natanawa, oh. Diagnostics, drug discovery and development, functional foods, hospital equipment, dengue, and so on. Na, as I mentioned kaganiha, disaster risk reduction, climate change adaptation, nakabaligot. Although isa siya ka-topic kaganiha, that was section 5, I think. And I also mentioned earlier po nga, it doesn't mean nga doon na siya iyang kaugalingon council, pero part and parcel siya sa uban nga mga topics nga pang pursue kay karon inain man kaayo ron ang climate change adaptation studies. Basta na climate change duol na sa approval may ana pagani ang uban. Okay. Health niha dili kaayo ni related sa atua kay agriculture man ta na disaster risk reduction, ANR. Diyan na section 3, agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources. So, tanaw na to ha. Tanaw na lang na to ang list. Okay. Dili na lang na to. Okay, diya, commodities. Unsa man ang priority commodities? Not all commodities. Okay? Commodities are not created equal. Pero if you try to look at this, murag na naman tanan, gihingan na diha ang crops, livestock, aquatic, o forestry nga area kay AANR man. Sa to? Agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources, no? So, unsa man ang mga crops na to? Abaca and other fiber crops, coconut, rice, corn and other grains, fruit crops, mango, banana, other tropical fruits, legumes, peanut, and so on, cacao, coffee, oil palm, rubber, sugarcane, anything, everything kuno under the sun. Livestock, swine, goat, sheep. So, morning ang mga commodities. All of these are important. Pero, kini more on kang kuan na ni kini inland kang fisheries na pud ning mga topics, tilapia, mussel, kini fisheries pud ni sa marine, abalone, beba, sardines and so on. Timber kang forestry ni, bamboo, rattan kang forestry na pud na. So kumbaga kita animal people, animal science people kani dire livestock. Then kang other than animal people, so katong more animalistic than the animal science people or si crops, si agronomy, si crop protection, si econ, because econ nakabaligot raman din kada usa. Okay, kanang term nila nga kanang naka-dovetail gani, just like how I mentioned ni disaster risk reduction or climate change adaptation. So it doesn't mean nga specific kayo diha nga we'll be talking about the agricultural economics of this and that, but part and parcel siya sa kada topics din ha. So, crop protection, horticulture, agronomy, direta na siya sa taro. Of course, napo din sa pika si Econ gihapon. Okay. Okay? Okay, tanawa. Unsa man ang crops agenda? Okay. Apart from this, by the way, later on I'll be talking about the formulation of your respective thesis topics or the problem. Not all problems makaya na to. Parehara ko na sa kamatuuran ba. There are problems that you cannot handle by yourself. There are problems that we can work on ourselves. There are problems that may be big, but if we try to break it down into smaller chunks, it will be manageable. Just like the ones identified here in this priority or in this agenda, it doesn't mean tanan pwede na to buhaton. Okay? So may mga limitations na to. For example, we may not have the proper equipment to do that. We may not have the proper training. We may not have the expertise and so on. We may not have the budget. So it doesn't mean we can do everything that you can find here. Okay? So, unsa man ang mga topics under crops R&D agenda, germplasm, evaluation, conservation, utilization, and management. Okay. Wow. Okay, then halin letos. Ayan man. Nag-record ko actually. Balik pa yun. Uy, napakaiutang na ko. I-upload rin ba na ako ni YouTube. Sikat kay ka. Sige lang, wala ko isguti mong now. Anyway, Alin ako i-post, padayon ta. No? Cultural management practices, soil health. No, so, again, see, priorities for 2018 to 2019, human na ni. So, asa naman tadapit pwede? We can look at, balikan sa na to, breeding to develop improved crop varieties, development of good agricultural practices. Kini, this is a very interesting topic. We could actually just continue working on this one. Optimization of crop production protocols, mapping, surveillance of pests and diseases. Pero 2020 onwards, multi-location trials of various technologies, mass production of pest and disease-resistant varieties tanawa. Livestock are on the agenda. Basahan na lang ninyo. Ha, di lang na ako palabian og go into details. Okay? Usa pa man niya itong gitanaw karon. It would be good no during our face-to-face class na you will be asking more specific questions so I can elaborate on it. Native animals. So right now, si Miss Jenny na to is pursuing this R&D program for native animals. That's for 2018 to 19. 2020 and onwards, development of quality standards for dairy products, pilot testing or rollouts of various technologies. Aquatic, dili kayo related sa ito, ano. Okay? And then, yeah. Anyway, to lift the stuff from there, actually, it's worth mentioning. Let me go to this one. Climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction. Balighot gihapon ni sa agriculture, no? Mitigation and adaptation studies, protected agriculture, vertical agriculture. Appeal na siya sa trusts. Development of smart farming approaches, including organic agriculture, integrated farming, ICT application, and other climate-resilient agricultural production technologies. A perfect example of that one is ang ato ang lettuce kaning nga naka-indoor na siya. So actually, this is one of the thrusts sa DA bar. DA bar is Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Agricultural Research. Sometimes we just call it bar, sometimes DA bar. Daghan akong mga terms, mga pangalan sa mga offices that I have mentioned. So you might want to take some notes and then try to look it up later on kung kamo na lang. No? Development of strategies, decision management tools for climate change resilient environment. Farm diversification, takan kay topics. 2018 to 2019, no? Then 2018 onwards, appeal pa ang extension activities. Okay? Napag yung roadmaps, kini dili kay ni related sa tuwa industry, energy, and emerging technology. Pero it doesn't mean nga totally nonsense siya. Ay na may daghang topics pod nga. For example, in my case, when I was still studying atong gitanaw nako ang sa masters na ako, for example, like I looked at the phenology of rice, that is agriculture, using satellites, particularly synthetic aperture radar onboard Sentinel-1. That's actually emerging technology, especially right now. It's becoming more relevant considering nanatay Philippine Space Agency, for those who do not know yet, nanatay ato ang PhilSA, NASA man na siya sa US. Nanatay ato ang PhilSA this time, and that's among the priorities nung pag-estimate sa field ug sa mga panghitabo dito using space technologies. So naisgutan po na dinhi appeal of food and nutrition security, countryside development, agro-processing utilization, competitive industries, big data analytics, artificial intelligence. So anyway, I'll just move forward. There's a lot of stuff here. So kumbaga, a good thing for you to kumbaga, approach for you to do would be you start with looking into your possible major. Then from there, you try to scan this as references pa. Asa ang inyong direction, asa na to ma-relate ang inyong topic based on these priority areas. So na ay roadmaps, disaster risk reduction, baligot gyapon na sustainable development goals na. So you can look this up. Actually, to be honest, wala ako ni nabasa. Yung tanan ko, may basa na ko. So, kaniha, na siya yung roadmaps. Meaning, unsa nga mga topics ang dapat pagabuhaton for this year, the following year, and so on and so forth. This was drafted in 2016. Health pa ni. We go to agriculture. Sustainable communities. Okay, abaka, banana, tanawa. Asa may mas makarelate mo? Coffee. Coffee. Dito may tuburan. Baguhay lang. Let's go to coffee. Tanawa. What does it say? Kung coffee atong product, 2017, 18, up to 2022. So, ang mga studies ko, no, coffee is a priority commodity. In 2017, the priority topics are, genomics-assisted identification of molecular markers, soil nutrient and water management, development of post-harvest technologies, enhancement of micropropagation techniques, tissue culture ng micropropagation, conservation and management of coffee genetic resources, RS and GIS-based suitability assessment. RS is remote sensing, GIS is geographic information system. Standardized evaluation of Philippine specialty coffee. Sunod application in 2018, partly, tanawa, you can see the colors, no? The colors means mo na siya a year. So, partly pinkish, yellow, and so, application of nano-fertilizers from 2017 to 2019. Product development from coffee waste. So, katong mga pulp niya or sa pato, next, 2018 na. Next, i-pursue, 2019. Development of DNA-based tool for identification of coffee variety, molecular and morphological analysis of fungal pathogens, development of real-time monitoring system for coffee, 2019. 2020, technology piloting na po siya for nutrient and water management. 2021 and onwards, STCBF on coffee. Wala ko idea kung saan yung STCBF. The sunod, development of DNA-based disease detection toolkit. Then on 2022, technology upscaling on coffee production and processing, commercialization, rollout of production. See? So doon na yung mga target specific kayo siya. So atong i-align din ha. So again, as I have mentioned kaganiha, this is a different year. We will be starting on 2022 onwards na po. So expect na there will be another national research agenda nga i-roll out ni DOST po, probably within the year. So we have a roadmap for munggos or mung bean, roadmap for peanut. You can look this up. Again, I will be posting the details of this, a link to this document, so you can browse it on your own later on. Mango, rice, sa rice. What are we doing? Kani makarelate ta. Okay, rice, by the way, rice and native pigs and native chicken is appeal sa ato ang priority agenda. Okay, this is HRNDA ha. Mutabok sa ta, I mentioned nga, base sa ato ang research agenda sa CTU, naapod tayo ato ang mga topics. Okay, if I may go, mudritso lang ta. This is a long document. You can see it's 210 pages. One or two pages lang ato ang interest on this one. So research thrust. So that's actually on page 1. So it's just one page. So we go there. Mara na itong interest. Bahala na ito ang uban. Right now, we do not need the other parts of this manual. We just look at page 1. Okay, here. Okay. Kanina, gini sa ito ang vision, mission, goals, no? The Cebu Technological University, the CTU research program support the generation, dissemination, and promotion of multidisciplinary and appropriate agriculture, fishery, forestry, natural resources, trade, and industrial technologies, basic services, daghan kayo, luod na, incorporating top quality agendas for government in health, food security, ambot pasabot niya, tanan. Okay, to be more specific, the different campuses will handle the following commodities. Mao na ni. For Argao, agriculture in general, but with focus on rice, native chicken, for forestry people, biodiversity, food chemistry, climate change, textile sciences, and tourism. Sa ibot pasabot na, being under the College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Environment, and since we are taking up BS Agriculture, our focus should be, of course, on agriculture, in particular, rice and native chickens. Muna na, karon dili na ta mo palayo og maayo din handapita. So it's also actually this is still aligned with the national research agenda. no, Research and Development, HNRDA, the Harmonized National Research and Development Agenda. Naka-align po ni siya, kaya again wala tay support if we will be doing stuff nga dili haom sa blueprint sa government. So pero we have a kumbaga more specific focus na this time. So again, it's not wrong to pursue studies outside of rice and native chicken, pero it would be good practice, it would be advisable to go within rice and native chicken kay mao man ang ato ang mandato, no? Mapaduol ta diha. Sa Barili, Biotechnology and Agriculture, Carmen, Fisheries, Marine, Maritime Sciences, wala na tayo labot sa uban din ha. So actually, 2 lines lang akong itanaw din he. Okay? So still, that is aligned with the National Research Agenda. Kini. So rice na diha, root crops, sweet potato, sugarcane. So these are the different roadmaps. So if we just browse through, no, pomelo, vegetables, o high-value crops, na ganun, hindi siguro din eh. Asa man eh. Upscaling, biofertilizers, bioassay of fungicides. Nagis ko to si Ma'am Jassel, will be doing some assays kuno pohon. Basin di ay. Pohon no? We'll try to do that. Dairy goat, slaughter goat, native chicken, o tanawa ang native chicken, yung mga topics. Artificial insemination, commercial scale testing, pasaka na hangtod 2022, commercial scale testing of Philippine native chicken, community-based darag and zampen. Kining zampen is, darag is katuning native chicken sa Iloilo. Kung ano yung mga Ilonggo nga manok, dili ni siya Bisaya nga manok. Kaya Ilonggo man ni sila. Darag mo nito. Kining zampen po, native chicken po ni, pero di ni Bisaya. Kaya dito man ni sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Okay, kauban ni katong mga huluanon gani, huluanon. There's another term, basilan. Sometimes we call it basilan, Zamboanga Peninsula. Okay? There. No. Commercial swine, feed resources. So these are the different roadmaps. Again, if you want to consult this particular document, you can go online. I will be posting the description, or rather the link on the description of the video that I will be uploading later on. Okay? Paspasta and so on and so forth. Like I said, it would be good if we can talk about this later on in the future. Okay? Daghan kayo na siya. So, attachments na. Pero, nako ipakita later nga. Actually, still lifted from this. Again, we are right now consulting this document, no? From the DOST, the Harmonized National Research and Development Agenda for 2017 to 2022. Again, ang ato ang R&D manual talking about this, kaning mga topics for research sa atong campus are still anchored on this document. Now, in particular, last year, si PCAARRD had a call for proposals. Unsa ilang gipang pangayo for study para next year, 2024. Okay, na sila call for proposal. Okay, kini, I've seen this one, this was presented before. I attended this one sa online ragud nga call for proposals, but I think we can get some ideas from this one as well. So again, this is based on this, pero they identified more specific topics din hikaron. So AANR ni siya ha, Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources, under ni PCAARRD. PCAARRD is the council under DOST. Their topics are Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research. Okay? Okay. Mo ni ang tahas or ang mandate ni PCAARRD. Unsa may trabaho ni PCAARRD? Formulate policies, plans, and programs related to AANR. Mag-program o mag-allocate og funds, mag-monitor og research and development, mag-generate og external funds. Mo na siya mandate ni PCAARRD. So basically, ug doon na kay gustong tunan or a proposal, you submit that to PCAARRD and ask PCAARRD kung doon na ba siya kwarta for that purpose. Okay? Next, strategic programs. Kini National Aquatic and Agriculture Research something, no? Ilaw sa lang ni siya ha, ug unsa ang mga topics nila. We'll just go directly there. PCAARRD's response to HNRDA. Katotong kita now, this HNRDA. Okay? In agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources research. Unsa may response? Unsa man specifically ang gusto ni PCAARRD nga atong i-propose nila or ganahan nila nga punduhan nga mga topics. Okay. Iyang hisgutan ang priority agricultural crops, smart farming, biodiversity, policy studies, technology transfer. Okay. Diara. More specific na niya. I think this is more relevant sa case dito sa kuan sa tuburan kay naman sila sugarcane dito. So unsay problem na to, unsay gusto nila nga gahinan na to og time to study rehabilitation, soil rehab in sugarcane farms, no, with strongly acidic and degraded soil. So this is a felt problem, no, daghan na kay problema ani. So gusto ni i-address ni PCAARRD, pero kita wala man tay sugarcane, but we can still propose studies related to rehabilitation of strongly acidic and degraded soils. This is not a problem actually in Cebu because we have ang parent material na to here in Cebu is calcareous, meaning carbonate base or limestone base, and limestone soils are generally basic unless it's really old na it will be a little bit acidic. In fact, sa atong tubig is also very basic. Most pati ulan na to din he, and I'm monitoring the water input sa lettuce diha sa ubos, and that ang pH typically is about 8, no, na dool sa 8, so it's basic. Tubig ulan, tubig nga gipantok gikan sa yuta, of course hasta ang yuta na to is basic, it's 8, so I have to add acid sa nutrient solution to lower the pH a little bit para mas optimum siya para sa growth sa ato ang lettuce. Okay, again ha, specific ni nga response ni PCAARRD on the national research agenda. First is research on soil rehab for sugarcane farms. Again, gusto pud si PCAARRD o climate smart sugarcane production. Karon, I think you also have felt na dili lang mo sure if this is related, but right now they say we have a shortage of sugar. So maybe this call is related to that. Di ba kabantay mo, nihit ko na og Coke. So I'm not sure if this is exactly related, but right now we know that sugar is very expensive, partly due siguro sa gira dito sa Ukraine, or partly due to this problems nga they already have seen last year pa, no? So climate smart sugarcane production. Okay, if I may read this one. Prolonged dry spell and heavy rains caused by climate change significantly affect sugarcane production efficiency and productivity. So this can be tackled through R&D on improvement and testing of climate resilient, disease resistant with high sucrose content varieties, no? So magdevelop og bagong mga varieties para sa kuan nga resistant siya sa kaniyang tagas nga walay ulan or drought spells in drought prone areas. So climate smart sugarcane production. Okay? Next, unsay gusto nila, priority resistance to emerging insect pests and diseases. Generally ha, priority agriculture crops, wala siya nag-mention, they want those studies that looks into the resistance to emerging insect pests and diseases and tolerance to abiotic stresses. Unsa man ang abiotic stresses? When we say abiotic, dili biological in nature. Ang cause dili hinungdan insekto, dili hinungdan pathogen, but rather abiotic stresses like kulang sa tubig, kulang sa nutrients, kulang sa init, sobra sa init. These are the different abiotic stresses, no? So utilization of selection and conventional breeding of new breeding techniques for resistance against emerging para mangyapon sa dito. Selection and breeding of priority crops resistance against emerging insect pests and diseases, more good. Next is another is for priority. Unsa man tong priority crops? Katong akong ipakita diri kaganiha. Katong diri. Unsa man to kato si abaka. Di ba nato color asa na to this one. This one. Oh, kini. These are the priority crops. Unsa nga mga topics gusto ni PCAARRD? Management of economically emerging pests. Okay? For those crops mentioned there. Nutrient and water management. So, pati rice, appeal na ito ang rice din eh. Okay? Appeal man ng kuan. So, maybe some of you can look into this na nahiskutan nila sa mga namatay extension activity with ISA or Argao Irrigation System Association diri sa Lamacan. They have so many members, but they have an office in Lamacan. Most of their members are coming from Lamacan and Tulik, so we get to talk to them from time to time for our extension project led by Ma'am Jess. No? So nutrient and water management, you can look into that. Again, priority crops gyapon ha, katong akong gipakita. Post-harvest research and development of primary processing technologies. Later on, second year para ba mo this time, na kanang post-harvest, meaning katong different processes that we do after harvest. So example, drying. Humay, gi-harvest na to, i-dry na to, that's a post-harvest activity. Okay, drying, storage is a post-harvest, transport is a post-harvest activity. Unsa pa man, threshing is a post-harvest activity gyapon. So post-harvest research and development of primary processing technologies, no? Wala ta. So unsa man nga mga crops mo gyapon katong priority crops nga gi-identify. Policy analysis and advocacy. So kini unsa man nga mga policy analysis. Okay. Example, taningan lang ha. Analysis of existing policies, measures, and its implications to the conservation, example of tawilis and socio-economic welfare of communities. Tawilis is katumaning isda sa lake gani, gamay mura og bulinaw sa tabang, no? Another is analysis of existing policies, measures on halal production and marketing, development of reforms and strategies sa goat. Okay, the point is, this is a little bit related to sa mga econ nga mga tao. So, no? In relation to policy, in relation to marketing, pwede mo diri mo sulod. Following the same priority crops and livestock yapon, no? So, policy analysis and advocacy pwede. Agri-aqua business ventures. You can also find this one online. I could also share this one to you, no? Ako i-send sa ato ang group. Value chain, value chain analysis, it's interesting. So katong mga econ people can work on that. Maybe one of you will work on the value chain of our lettuce. I'd like to see somebody work on that maybe in the near future. Marketing, stuff like that might be an interesting topic to pursue as well, no? Paspasan tani, applied rural sociology, medyo dili kayo dool sa atua. This is more on katong mga socio background sa mga extension people, ilahan ni siya. Dili kay ko makahatag og mas concrete nga examples, no? Kay dili kay ko familiar sa ilahang mga processes, but this is also another interesting topic that can be pursued under sa PCAARRD or sa AANR. So it doesn't really mean pasabito na, it doesn't really mean technical yun atong topic. Sometimes it can be more towards the social aspect. Pero again, you have to stick with our majors. Siyempre, we do expect people pursuing agronomy to pursue studies related to agronomy, not much on the sociological aspects of the practice of agriculture. Probably those people siguro nga mga extension ang major, more on dito siguro dapita, pero katong mga horti atong majors nga gi-offer ba, we're not offering extension or communication as a major sa agriculture, since we are offering horticulture, agronomy, crop protection. Ato lang i-focus din ha, animal science and agricultural economics din ha gyud nga topic, dili lang nato ipalayo maayo. Okay, unsaon pag-submit mo, I think this is the end of the call for proposals. So their contact information anhi diri, no? Okay, ana, so sa DOST ni, okay, I also have found online this Wait. This one, I don't know if I can. Okay, pwede ra padakan. This is from DA no? Bureau of Agricultural Research. Tanawon po na to ang rundown. This is a call for proposals. Again, syempre, this is still anchored on their priority research areas, no? So si BAR na ni kaganiha, DOST, Department of Science and Technology. Karon DA, particularly Department of Agriculture's Bureau of Agricultural Research. Okay? So guidepost unsa may kanang gisandigan ni DA BAR unsa may mga concept nila sa pag-call ani nga mga proposals, nga mga topics. Calendar 2022 ni siya. Okay. Muna ni applied research kini tangible. Okay, basa ko ha. The proposals have immediate, usable, and tangible farm or industry level application. So, daling magamit. So, applied research kini siya nga thrust. This is applied research. Sira na sobrang. Thank you. Thank you. Next is utilization and impact pathway is defined ko, no? Each should have pre-identified next users and end users. So, dapat ma-identify na daan kung kinsa ang end users, no? Dapat collaborator and so on. So, mo na ilang gusto para ditso-ditso na, swak na. Proposals on development of improved protocols, processes, and techniques must provide an adaptability plan highlighting the need being addressed. Okay? Proposals are anchored on climate resiliency using precision, digital, and green agriculture. Mao na gyud towards that na gyud. So this is what we are doing right now. Counterpart in kind, no? Contribution of the proponent are indicated in the proposal. Dapat naapoy counterpart. So it's important magod ng announce man topics for projects in support to technology commercialization. Technology commercialization, so mga mature technology. So these are okay. What's the difference between a budding technology kanang bag-o pa ba ug ready for commercialization? A perfect example of a technology or a product that is already commercialized kanang 3-in-1 coffee. Na. Ug mag-develop pa ta karon og timpla, dili sila ganahan ana. Gusto nila katong ready na. Gamay na lang kung kuwang. Probably siguro research on maybe shelf life. Ganahan na ang mga tao sa mga food processing people ba. They already love it. They have tested the nutrient content and so on. This time, kumbaga, ang atong topics na lang i-pursue is to look into whether or not dugay ba siya mapanos, ibutang na to sa field. Ingana, no? Again, market-oriented technologies addressing current emerging and economically important concerns across the supply and value chain in the agriculture sector. Enterprise development with results of a market study and business plan. Kanang gusto sila ditso na. Okay? Technology business incubation, which focuses on fast-tracking commercialization of technologies of the research-based agribusiness incubators and provide business incubation support services to sustain the development of A&F technology-based startups. Mo na ilang gusto. Okay? For projects on upgrading of research for development facilities, the proposal should be focusing on acquisition of modern cutting-edge equipment, anchored on the institution's core competency and expertise, then directly complementing and supportive to the R4D and related programs of the DA. Diretso ta dire. Money. Priorities, R4D priorities and researchable areas. Establishment of food safety parameters, protocols, and recommendations for non-conventional meat source. Rabbit meat. Guys, maybe Ansai people can look into this, no? Rabbit meat nga safety parameters, protocols, no? Mag-set up ta unsa man ang proper nga pag slaughter sa rabbit meat. Murag dili pa siguro na kaayo standard karon. It would be nice to look into that, no? Development of protocols and feed standards for organic poultry and native swine production. Yun. Feeds. Kaganiha, si DOST specified the study of native pigs and poultry as one of their priorities. Karon, so far, itong nakita si DA Bar, sa feeds food, it would be a nice topic to pursue, no? Look into, pero protocols ni ha, dili ni ingon nga maghimo lang kag feeds, mga standards nila ang gusto, wala man gud tay standards. This is actually our problem with the Philippines. Daghan kay ta mga small farmers, buot-buot lang taon sa diskarte na to nga effective or that is good for our own farms. Now later on, when you commercialize your product, sell it elsewhere, people are requiring standards, and that's the problem. That's where the problem comes in, no? Kasagaran, our products do not meet the minimum standards set by the consumers. For example, sa rice, daghan kayong broken, na sila yung mga minimum standards. You cannot export your product kung ang imuhang produkto do not meet certain standards. To meet those certain standards, you need to develop these protocols. Mo na siya nga consistent. That's why, example, muadto ka sa Jollibee, mamalit ka og manok, kailangan manok, so kung saan mo pili-pili, dili gyud maglayo ang sizes. That's standards. Kada adlaw na ay manok, so standards kaya po na siya. So muna, we're trying to meet that one. Dili kay magsigil na tayo eksperimento. That's the problem with smallholder agriculture. It's very difficult to set certain standards para you get consistent products nga you can readily market nga sa katong naandan nila ba. Another example nga wala tay standards nga klaro, tuba or bahalina. It's actually a very good product, but yeah, you might want to pursue studies on bahalina, for example. Like sa Argao, we are producing bahalina, pero what's wrong with the bahalina industry? Sige lang kanya-kanya, ijahay. Ug unsa ang kuan imuhang naandan, just like that, no? So wala na to gina-develop ang standards such that ma-maintain na to ang quality, ang quantity sa atong products nga inikabot to sa market, they know what to expect. That's our problem. Another topic nga ilang gusto pod is portable and cost-effective disease diagnostic kits for new and emerging diseases, so diagnostic kits. Sa fisheries and aquaculture, disease diagnostic kits gyapon for new and emerging diseases, for tilapia lake virus, no, early mortality syndrome, and so on. Improved and disseminated protocol for hatchery production, contributing to the freshwater fish stock enhancement program. AI-based forecasting tool for disease occurrence of capture fisheries. Improved hatchery and nursery protocols for finfish culture. Muna ilang gipangayo. Corn, cassava, soybean, sorghum, development and adoption of integrated pest management, just mamjasel na po ni, for fall armyworm. Tanawan ninyo yung specific na kain na, IPM sa fall armyworm, including but not limited to threshold level. Pesticide screening, wala akong sani. Technology verification of corn and cassava integrated farming systems, pang-verify na. Supply and demand analysis of corn for livestock industry. Bitaw, no? Atong corn din white corn consumer man. Adaptability trials, 3-factor study, variety density, fertilizer rate of soybean and grain sorghum varieties for feeds. Wala kaayo. Pwede na nato i-look into. Ang problema na to gagmay kita glute. High value crops. Okay, high value crops, apple, si cacao. Coffee, mango, banana, pineapple, rubber, vegetables, and regional priorities. So, dili lang kay national priorities, sa doon na po'y priorities sa region. So, a perfect example of our priorities sa region, katong kung ipakita nga sa CTU lang. For example, for CTU Argao, our priority is studies on rice and native chicken in particular. No? Piloting of precision and digital agriculture platforms for R&D partners. No? IoT, Internet of Things. Iyot ko no, katawa sila. IoT, basa na ha. Remote sensing, satellite technology, Internet of Things to focus on yield forecasting. Katong ako ang study sa una, related ani. Pest identification, risk analysis, management for solanaceous crops. Kailan mo solanaceous, no? Ito na yung mga talong man siguro ni sila, if I'm not wrong. Lagi, including tomato, eggplant, pepper, crops, health monitoring and estimation for priority high-value crops. Improvement and cost-effective protocols for integrated pest and disease management. pre and post-harvest. Good agricultural practices. Just kadaghan ani nga pwede ninyo nga topic. Isa kanilang good agricultural practices daghan na kay tag pwede diha. So, right now, kumbaga, you are already getting ideas na kung asa ta paingon. Okay? Technology adaptation of high-value crops, ako na ining share sa mga third year. Upgrading of post-harvest and processing equipment in support to value addition and product development. Precision, smart, and digital agriculture tools and technologies. No? Di na ako nibasahon ay sa lapid na akong dila ani. You can look this up. I will copy this one, no? Para it's already here. Naman good ni. I will be pasting this one sa description later on. Anyway, food factory in the metro. Allah. Small gining ako design and prototyping of food factory. Morning akong idea day unta good. Design and prototyping of food factory in the metropolis. Small scale vertical farms designed for urban areas should have a corresponding feasibility study on the costs and operationalization. Improvement and piloting of precision and digital agriculture tools and applications as part of the package of technologies on integrated and diversified farming systems. Yeah, maybe one of you can work on this, no? Mag-prototype ta og tiwas na nami initial nga gibuhat dinhi on. I actually have a video already. Tanaw na ko ha, ako ipakita ninyo. Ako pa ning i-share ninyo so that you will see this one as well. Kini. This one. That one. I just uploaded this one. So, that. I just uploaded this one. You may want to watch this one. So this is very related. This is very related to this design and prototyping of food factory in the metropolis, small scale vertical farms. If somebody wants to work on that, you can approach me. We can work on that one. Improvement and piloting, ako na ningipasa, no? Developmental projects and support to technology commercialization, upscaling of agriculture and fisheries food products, commercialization of organic chicken feeds, concoctions, and insecticides, strengthening of technology business incubation services and facilities, establishment of precision and digital agriculture platforms and systems for R4D agencies, no? And so on. Yeah, that's 2021 pagani ni, no? This is a director sa bar. So these are basically the topics daghan kaayo nga pwede ninyong i-explore, no? There are no rights or wrongs na alay mas favorable ng mga topics towards the different funding agencies. So kinsa man mo fund, si DOST, si PCAARRD o si DA-BAR. Naaputay, we also have our own research thrust, or we have our own research agenda. As much as possible, stick to that. Dili ta mo palayo og maayo. Mas maayo nang duol-duol dito ng mga topics para taas-taas chance nga mapunduhan. Another tip would be to approach teachers or profs ninyo, no, who already have existing projects or research projects nga medyo related sa inyohang gustong i-pursue, and you can work on that. That way, kumbaga kamo will be saving na kay you don't need to spend money for it kay parch man na sa research study ni ma'am or ni sir. So these are actually mga approaches nga practical ba nga dili ta mo palayo og maayo kamo makatabang mo sa teacher. At the same time, in terms of expenses, ang teachers makatabang ninyo kay naman sila ilahang kaugalingong funding for that purpose, no? So again, as a wrap up, what we have been talking so far since kaganiha are the different priority areas for research. May mga tao samok na kayo, magbabay na lang ko, and I'll be stopping the recording. See you soon po.